The Oshkosh School Board expected to vote on the hiring of 2 administrators tonight, which have drawn concerns from the public.
Samuel Coleman is seeking to be the district's new assistant superintendent, and Anthony Miller Jr., the district's first director of diversity, equity, and inclusion. Jason Zimmerman's in our Fox Valley newsroom to give us a closer look into the allegations against both candidates.
Both of these candidates have been the focus of discussion on social media. In particular, Coleman, who is black, is accused of sending racially inappropriate text messages to colleagues while working at the Shorewood School District back in 2022, as documented by a Milwaukee newspaper. Action 2 News has decided not to air what Dr. Samuel Coleman said specifically, which some people are calling racist. But the controversy surrounding it could be a factor as the Oshkosh School Board votes on hiring on Wednesday night for the position of Assistant Superintendent of Instruction.
It's something that I investigated through my contacts in Shorewood, along with my research to make sure that doesn't continue to be a concern here in Oshkosh, and so I'm confident moving forward. Dr. Coleman's going to be a great asset to the Oshkosh Area School District.
Coleman, at the time of the incident, told the Milwaukee Journal-Sentinel, quote, "My comments that were made from a place of anger, pain, and frustration were not about all white people. My comments were solely made about specific individuals whose racist actions provoked anger, pain, and frustration," end quote. Still, some school board members are asking that the matter be vetted more. In a statement, Kelly DeWitt said, quote, "Candidates we hire for leadership positions reflect our values as a school community, and it's my hope that these concerns about this appointment are listened to and appropriately addressed by the administration," end quote. Also on the agenda is the hiring of Anthony Miller Jr. as Director of Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion.
He does not have a teaching license and an administrator license, so he will not be supervising principals as we had originally, looked for in this type of position. But this, sometimes that happens when we're looking for and getting candidates that we want.
The meeting tonight starts at 6, and the public will have a chance to speak out. Reporting in the Fox Valley newsroom, Jason Zimmerman, Action 2 News.